uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom! Well, hello there, PUBG Mobile YouTube. Update 2.6 is upon us, and even if this is long after the update, this is probably going to be a video that you need to watch. This is about the MK47 Mutant. The M16A4, I made a video on it yesterday with the addition of the full auto mod. It has become basically itself, but on steroids. It's like the M16 Plus. You've gone and you bought the plane ticket, and then the airline has upgraded you to business class. It's that kind of a feeling now. It's a gun that, after long being a gun you'd run as a secondary only if you couldn't find other weapons, it's now a gun that is really great at fulfilling the role of both secondary and switch auto. And that's because of this, the full auto mod, right? So you buy it, you put it on the gun, and then it becomes full auto. And there's not much recoil, and it's got 937 meters a second bullet speed, and it's great, works perfectly. This is the MK47 Mutant before the patch. This is the best way to fire it before the patch, before the full auto mod. You can fire it in 2-round bursts. And this is, after the patch, the best way to fire the MK47 Mutant in 2-round bursts. You see, unlike the M16, the full auto mod on the MK47 Mutant is useless. And I'll explain as we go through this why that is. But it's kind of disappointing to me at the same time as, like, watch how quickly I clear these people, okay? I'm gonna watch the next guy in green that is in the little wigwam, teepee, whatever you call it, over here on the left of screen, where I duck up and I double tap him. And that's because this is what the Mutant does. Just instas people, because it fires. The first time you press the button, it fires 2 AKM rounds, 47.9 damage, and then the next time you press the button, it fires another 2. So you can conceivably fire 4 rounds in the time it takes an M16A4 to fire 2 with the full auto mod. And it's fantastic in CQC at that. If you get good at using your fingers and moving them around the map, moving them around your screen and controlling it in burst mode, it's so rewarding, the Mutant. It stops people. It's basically the AR version of a shotgun. Adding a full auto mode kills that because it's not full autoing 2-shot rounds. Have a look, I'll show you. It fires in single mode, okay? 1 shot at a time. So you're basically firing it the same way you'd fire a single tapped M16. But there's 2 issues with this. One, it lowers your damage. It cuts it in half. It goes from tap firing a little bit quicker than the full auto mode. Like, you can tap fire a little bit quicker than full auto, just as a tubby old bloke like me. And you normally tap fire with 2 rounds, which is double the damage. So you're cutting your damage in half with full auto mod. And secondly, it's not useful at range because it's very slow bullet speed, like 7, off the top of my head, like 714 meters a second is this kind of bullet speed. And it's got a big vertical recoil kick, so it's really hard to control, even at that kind of distance, especially if you don't have any ammunition. So you end up with a gun where you're like nerfing yourself running this gun in anything but burst mode. Now, I understand the thought process behind it, because it is obviously, oh God, look at the desperation here. No ammo, no helmet, no reload. Everyone's fighting for a reload around a tree. Just please let me get the clear. And then some bloke lands on top of the dinosaur's head and clears him. I mean, this event has been a whole lot of fun, right? This has been a wild event. And the grubs that land just outside these compounds and then sit there sniping knocks to get their KDR up, go and have a look in the mirror, give yourself an uppercut, and maybe stop being a grub. Anyway, back to the burst mode versus thingo. I've done a lot of gameplay with these guns in the last, 4 or 5 hours. And I can safely say that drops like that, oh, hello, it's a dinosaur. Drops like that where I've cleared people only happen with the Mutant in burst. This is it in full auto. You can see it's just not nearly as effective at dropping damage. It's like taking an AKM and tap firing it. Look how, like, it's just not it. Every time you see someone getting hit there, what you should really be seeing is someone getting hit twice. And if you get hit twice by an AKM, you fall over, okay? Like if you get someone in the head with this once and in the chest once, that's a huge wad of damage. If they're in a level 1 helmet, they're going out backwards. Even in a level 2 helmet, if you can double tap a headshot, and it's quite possible, you can do it. Headshots is still where it's at with this. Like you'll see, I get a couple of clears here, and it's all headshots. It's nothing else. Like the headshots are devastating. 110 base damage on a headshot is a lot of damages for a headshot, but it's not nearly as useful as this thing. The M16. And one of the reasons it's so cool is the M16 on full auto, you can still tap fire it. You don't have to un-full auto it. You can just tap fire it like that, which is so freaking amazing. To have the ability to tap fire and full auto at the same time. I didn't realize there was 2 of them there. Downriver 907 gets me after I knock his buddy something else 907. Love it. So what do we do with this? Well, I would not spend any money using the Mark 47 on full auto. It is simply not the go for the weapon. It's not a ranged weapon. You'd be far better off getting a DMR like an SKS, which kind of has less recoil, much higher bullet speed, like 900 meters a second, and much higher damage numbers for single fire. Even an SLR is easier to handle than a Mutant at range. I don't know how this guy's car didn't blow up. I don't know how that didn't blow up. What an amazing world this is. The M16 has been given a new lease of life because the full auto mod accentuates what it's good at. It's like doubling down on what you're good at. Whereas the full auto mod for the Mark 47 tries to turn it into an M16, and it doesn't work. I will also note that because of this whole thing, like watch this is the M16 at range. I'm gonna get headshot, body shot, and this guy jumping off a roof. Like it's just a freaking monster, right? The only thing this Mutant's good at is like you'll get the occasional red dot aim assist headshot at 70 meters and stuff like that with the Mutant, which will stop people in their tracks. But it's just nerfing your DPM. And Dinglings run the Mutant a lot of times. I've run the Mutant a lot of times. It's got some incredible value to it. If you can get good with the Mutant, it really does help your gameplay because it's all about dexterity and being able to use guns that you don't normally use. And I think that's incredibly fun. But the way this full auto mod works, it doesn't favor the Mutant. And in fact, it just makes it a much lesser version of itself. And it was already not very popular with the player base. I mean, look at this thing. And then to single tap, it's like a proper semi-auto. It's incredible. I will be trying the Mutant again, but I will be running it in burst mode. Even when I got it, like now, and it's in full auto, I just started running it in burst because it's the only way that I could get anything out of it. Whereas the M16, it's just glorious. And it's got that feeling about it where it's with the Mutant. It feels like something like, I don't know. It's like, it feels like a heavy machine gun, whereas it's not. It feels like a proper big heavy machine gun with a drum mag on it. Did you get that sound? It sounds amazing, but it's much better at burst. If you like this video, if you like this kind of content, if you like this kind, I mean, you saw me ripping through people on that hot drop and it was absolutely glorious. And then you come up and see me using it in full auto mode and it just doesn't do the business at all. I love this thing too, where we all have a dance together. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Like, this is such a fun event mode. Everyone jump in and have a little swagger. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, just let me know. I'll keep making it. I'm all about that content, baby. Everyone dance now. Everybody dance now. Do. Go Barry. It's your birthday. Anyway, long story short, I'm having a good time with this update. I'm really enjoying it. The Mutant doesn't really rock. It is cool. I do like playing it, but it's not good in full auto mode. Don't waste your money on it. Do use the M16 and just generally be nice to people. Be nice to people. Be nice to everybody. Not like this guy knocking out my buddies. Stream again on Sunday night NA time. I think it's about, well, it's about 9 a.m. my time. I forget, is that 4 Eastern? 5 Eastern? Something like that. Stay tuned for further developments. It's the same time every week, but I don't know what that is for you Americans. I only know what it is for us Australians. Anyway, bye for now. Bye-bye.